Are you hoping to work in Japan for many years? If you are also thinking about living with your family in Japan or applying for permanent residence in the future, it is important to understand this new system. Japan is replacing the current Technical Intern Training Program with a new system called the Employment for Skill Development Program, known in Japanese as Ikusei Shuro. However, as of July 2026, the new system has not started yet. The current Technical Intern Training Program is still in operation. The Employment for Skill Development Program will officially begin on April 1st, 2027. So, what is the Employment for Skill Development Program? Simply put, it is a system in which foreign workers will work for 3 years in industries facing labor shortages in Japan while developing Japanese language ability and job-related skills, with the goal of reaching the level required for Specified Skilled Worker Level 1. Its purpose is to create a pathway for foreign workers to develop skills while working in Japan and, if they meet the necessary requirements, move on to another status of residence. However, completing 3 years under the program will not automatically allow you to move to Specified Skilled Worker Level 1. You must pass the required Japanese language and skills tests, apply to change your status of residence, and receive approval. The Employment for Skill Development Program itself also does not grant permanent residence. Permanent residence is a separate application with its own requirements and screening process. In this video, we will use official information to examine the points that foreign workers are most likely to be concerned about. When will you be able to work under the Employment for Skill Development Program? What will you be expected to learn during the 3-year period? What kind of career opportunities could you pursue in Japan afterward? Could you eventually become eligible to bring your family to Japan? Will you be allowed to change employers? How is the program related to permanent residence? And what transitional measures will apply to people who are currently working as technical interns? Let's look at each of these questions one by one. When can you start working under the Employment for Skill Development Program? The Employment for Skill Development Program will begin on April 1st, 2027. Some application procedures that begin during 2026 are mainly for companies and supervising support organizations to prepare for the new system. Foreign workers themselves will be able to start working under the Employment for Skill Development Program only after the system officially begins. Your career path after 3 years. Even after completing the 3-year Employment for Skill Development Program, there is a pathway to continue working in Japan. If you pass the required tests and receive approval, you can move on to Specified Skilled Worker Level 1. The program is designed to help you develop Japanese language ability and job-related skills while preparing for the level required for Specified Skilled Worker Level 1. However, you must pass the required examinations and receive approval to change your status of residence. Keep in mind that none of these steps happen automatically. Under Specified Skilled Worker Level 1, family members generally cannot accompany you. Under Specified Skilled Worker Level 2, if you meet the requirements, you may be able to bring your spouse and children to Japan. Permanent residence is a separate process with its own requirements and screening. Even if your goal is permanent residence, you cannot apply immediately. Under the current guidelines, separate requirements apply, including, in principle, at least 10 years of residence in Japan. In addition, time spent under the Technical Intern Training Program and Specified Skilled Worker Level 1 does not count toward the 5 years of work status required for permanent residence. Time spent under Specified Skilled Worker Level 2 counts toward the at least 5 years under a work-related residence status requirement for permanent residence. If you hope to build a long-term career in Japan, do not focus only on salary. Choose a company that provides Japanese language education, skills, training, and support for qualification examinations. The Employment for Skill Development Program is not a direct pathway to permanent residence. Think about your long-term goals first, and then choose the industry and company that best support those goals. Can you change employers? Many people have the same concern. What if you want to change your employer? What should you do if serious problems happen at your workplace? Under the Technical Intern Training Program, changing employers was generally not allowed. This was widely recognized as one of the biggest problems with the system. Under the Employment for Skill Development Program, this rule has been revised. If certain conditions are met, you may be able to change employers at your own request. However, there are several conditions. For example, After changing employers, you must generally continue working in the same industry and occupation. You must also have worked for your current employer for a required period of time. In addition, you must meet the required skill and Japanese language standards. Your new employer must also satisfy the legal requirements for accepting transferred workers. The minimum period before you can request a transfer depends on the industry and the applicable rules. In principle, it is either 1 year or 2 years. This does not mean that everyone can change employers after working for 1 year. There are important exceptions. If you experience violence, harassment, unpaid wages, or other serious violations of the law by your employer, a different transfer procedure is available. This system is designed to protect foreign workers. If you face a serious problem at work, do not try to deal with it alone. Do not make the decision by yourself. Seek help as soon as possible from your supervising support organization, the relevant government office, or a foreign resident consultation service. Even though changing employers is now possible under certain conditions, choosing the right company from the beginning is still the most important step. Do not look only at the salary. Also check whether the company provides Japanese language education, skills training, and a workplace where you can ask for help when you need it. If you have an opportunity to talk with foreign workers who already work there, their experience can help you make a better decision. How much Japanese and job skill do you need? Under the Employment for Skill Development Program, there are Japanese language and skill requirements at 3 different stages. Before coming to Japan, during the 3-year training period, and before moving to the next residence status. Before you begin working in Japan, you are expected to have basic Japanese ability. This means either passing a Japanese language test at approximately the A1 level or completing an approved Japanese language course. An A1 level means you can understand and use simple greetings, introduce yourself, and communicate with basic everyday expressions. The 3-year Employment for Skill Development Program is not just about working. While working for your employer, you will also receive Japanese language education and job skills training. Your progress in both areas will be evaluated throughout the program. By the end of the 3 years, the general goal is to reach approximately the A2 level in Japanese. You are expected to understand basic Japanese used at work and in daily life, and to have simple conversations. You must also develop the practical skills required in your occupational field. Completing the 3-year program does not automatically allow you to move to Specified Skilled Worker Level 1. You must pass the required Japanese language examination and the skills examination for your occupational field. You must also receive approval to change your residence status. The required examinations are different for each field, such as nursing care, construction, agriculture, and manufacturing. Japanese is not only for passing an examination. It helps you work safely. It helps you understand instructions. It helps you explain your situation when you need help. It is also an important step toward your future career in Japan. Before you apply, check the Japanese language requirements for your field. Check whether the company provides Japanese language education, skills, training, and examination support. Also remember, Japanese ability is not always judged by the JLPT alone. Always check the official requirements for your occupational field before you apply. Which jobs can use the Employment for Skill Development Program? The Employment for Skill Development Program cannot be used for every job in Japan. Before you apply, you should first check whether your job is covered by the program. Only certain industries are eligible. The program currently covers 17 industrial fields where Japan has ongoing labor shortages. These include nursing care, construction, manufacturing, agriculture, food manufacturing, and the restaurant industry. However, working for a company in one of these industries does not automatically mean your job is eligible. What matters most is your actual job. It is not the company name. It is not the industry alone. Your work must match an officially approved job category under the program. For example, 2 people may work at the same factory. One person's job may be eligible, while another person's job may not. There is another important point. The Employment for Skill Development Program and the Specified Skilled Worker Program do not cover exactly the same industries. Some jobs that are eligible under the Specified Skilled Worker Program are not eligible under the Employment for Skill Development Program. So do not assume if it is eligible for the Specified Skilled Worker Program, it must also be eligible for the Employment for Skill Development Program. Always check the program requirements and your actual job separately. Before you apply, check these 3 points. First, is your industry covered? Second, is your actual job covered? Third, has the employer completed the preparations to accept workers under the program? Even if your industry is eligible, you may not be able to apply immediately. This depends on government procedures, international arrangements, and the employer's preparation. Before you apply, ask the employer or the sending organization. For example, is my job covered by the Employment for Skill Development Program? And when can I start working? Do not make your decision based only on the company name or the job title. Always check your actual job and the latest official information. What happens to current technical intern trainees? If you are currently working in Japan as a technical intern trainee, you do not need to make any immediate changes. The Technical Intern Training Program will not suddenly end on April 1st, 2027. Your current resident status will not automatically change to the Employment for Skill Development Program. Under the transitional measures, some trainees may continue under the current Technical Intern Training Program if they meet the required conditions. In that case, you will continue following the rules of the Technical Intern Training Program and complete your approved training plan. Which rules apply to you depends on your individual situation. For example, when your training plan was approved, when you actually started your training, which stage of the program you are currently in, and when you are scheduled to move to the next stage. All of these factors may affect which transitional rules apply to you. In other words, not every technical intern trainee must finish the program on April 1st, 2027. And not every trainee will move to the Employment for Skill Development Program on that date. If you are currently a technical intern trainee, first, confirm which stage of the program you are in. Then, ask your supervising organization or your employer about your approved training plan and your future schedule. If you do not understand the explanation, or if you are unsure about your situation, seek advice from an official consultation service for foreign residents, the Immigration Services Agency, or a qualified immigration professional. Most importantly, do not decide what will happen to your resident status based only on information from social media. The transitional measures are different for each person. Always check your approved training plan and the latest official information. What we know today. Here are the 5 most important points to remember. First, the Employment for Skill Development Program begins on April 1st, 2027. Second, during the 3-year program, you will develop both Japanese language ability and job skills. Third, moving to Specified Skilled Worker Level 1 requires the required examinations and approval. Fourth, changing employers is possible, but only if certain conditions are met. And fifth, permanent residence is a separate system with its own requirements. Some parts of this program may change in the future as the government updates its policies and operations. That is why it is important to rely on official information, not rumors or social media. At Understand Japan, we explain the latest official information for foreign residents who work and live in Japan. Our goal is to make complicated rules simple and easy to understand. This video provides general information based on official sources available at the time of publication. It is not legal advice or individual immigration advice. If you need guidance for your own situation, please contact the Immigration Services Agency, an official consultation service for foreign residents, or a qualified immigration professional. Japan's immigration system will continue to change. Keep checking the latest official information and prepare for your future, one step at a time. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.